Hello and welcome to the LFS report. My name is Ronald Grossman and today we're going to take a look at the final round of Cityliga Season 20. We took the Fox to Fernbay Black for a 30 lap long race, and since we weren't this many drivers left in both grids, we decided to join both grids and race on one server. The ranking of course were separated. So for the first time in Cityliga history we had 32 drivers in a race and even 33 drivers in the qualifying, although it took some time in prior to get things working. If you don't know this long and challenging track yet, then take a look at my track presentation, and for the others let's start with the big race. On pole we see Walter, followed by Schutti and then Marcel and Kubinci. And here the start of the 32 drivers of grid 1 and 2 into their 30 laps. Everything went fine into the first chicane, at least at the top half of the field, but in the back of the field there are some victims of a small start crash. Especially the first lap is quite difficult, since everyone is close together and so nearly everyone has the problem with the airless. But we see as they entering the green part of the track, the field already lined up quite nicely. Here we are on board with Schutti at the end of lap 1, as he entered the last chicane in a bad angle and thereby lost his Fox. He gave up his race, but since Morway didn't participate, he was safe on P2 in the driver rankings either way. How easy you lose position by position in a fight we see here with Mikpa. He's under attack by Bernti and made a mistake into the second right-hander of the double right-hander. Now into the green force section, Blackie also got into a very good position for an attack, and after also Blackie passed Mikpa, Dietmar tried to get into a good position out of the difficult third gear right-hander. But there's a small contact which sent Dietmar into the grass to the right. Especially at the beginning there were a lot of fighting groups like this one between Ascona B and Klaus Adam. They were too wide towards the fast left-hander at the Wall of Champions. Both lost a lot of momentum, which gave Troy behind them the chance to pass Klaus Adam. Blessing in disguise we see here with BMW. In the right-hander leading to the green chicane he ran over the tire on the inside and flipped himself quite spectacular, but landed back on all four and continued his race. In lap 7 I had a nice fight between Super T and Kovac. I was following Super T in the draft out of the green chicane and behind me was Kovac in my draft. We both attacked Super T with me in the middle, but lucky for me Kovac retreated his attack and I got past Super T. Up the bridge Super T and Kovac fought accelerating duel, with the better end for Super T since he got the inside lane of the bridge. Walter at the lead got a momentum of unconcentration in lap 7, where he made a mistake at the last chicane and thereby lost 3 positions. As usually, Kapal, who started from 7th position, improved his performance during the race quite good. In lap 10 he managed to get the draft of Kubinci up the bridge and passed him for position 2. Kapal closed the gap to Marcel at the lead, but Marcel decided to not fight him but to do his pit stop for refueling in lap 17. One lap later Kapal and Kubinci came to their refueling pit stop, while Walter behind them stayed on the track. Either Marcel lost a lot of time after his stop or Kapal just had a hell of a lap into the pit lane, since Kapal left the pit lane in front of Marcel. We jump to the final part of the race. Tatwina got quite some damper damage on his rear suspension, which caused him to massive understeer. Kovac closed up to him at the end of lap 25 and passed him on the outside into the first chicane, quite risky. In front of Ascona B and BMW, who were fighting, Luke got a crash and caused a yellow flag. Ascona B and BMW dodged in different directions, and after the dodging, BMW immediately went for the attack and passed Ascona B. Between Marcel and Kubinci were the fight for position 3. They went too wide onto the fast left-hander at the Wall of Champions. Kubinci tried to stay as far to the inside as possible, but Marcel hit him and thereby sending himself into the wall, which caused the end of his race. Lazar had quite a shaken race since he was also involved in the start crash. He just had a bad luck day since in the fight with Marty he again lost his Fox, quite unfortunately. Walter stayed out until lap 28, but then he had to refuel his Fox. Although he only had a splash and dash, the gap to Kapal wasn't big enough, and so he left the pit on position 2 behind Kapal. Unfortunately, my season ended on a downer too. In the second last lap, in the last turn, I got a puncture in my left front tire. Fortunately, the distance to the pits was very short, but I lost another 4 positions thereby. BMW managed to get past Super D in the last lap, but Super D wouldn't give up. He stayed in the draft of BMW out of the green chicane and attacked him into the slow second gear left-hander. He passed BMW, but on the exit, BMW got caught in the rear of Super D, causing BMW to spin and lose 3 positions. In the end, Kapal with the win and a quite considerable gap to Walter on second, then Kubinci on third, followed by Pete, who gained position 3 in the driver rankings with this 4th place. Then, as we saw, Kovac close in front of Tatwina. Then Shaka in front of the 2 something awful drivers Pig D and Super D. Then on 10th Ascona B, quite impressive without a refueling stop, so quite some fuel saving tactics there. He is followed by Troy and me. Alright, this was another season of Cityliga. Thanks to all the drivers who participated, and thanks to all of you who supported me with my LFS reports. Before I leave you with the final rankings, I will as usually say you will find the links to the statistics and rankings in the description, as also the link to the livestream of Tilo and Dom. Until sometime, bye.